Hello everybody, Shelley back. I am gonna film something a little bit different in a different room, which is kind of fun. So today I thought I would talk to you about face masks. It seems like there's a lot of people doing a lot of self-care right now because, hey, you don't have to wear makeup all day, you don't have to go anywhere, and face masks are kind of a way to take care of yourself, pamper yourself a little bit. For me, for the way my job is structured, there are a lot of days that I was already working from home, and it seems like it was just an easy thing in the morning to put on a face mask before you sit down at a computer and hopefully don't forget that it's on there and then go, take it off and, do a different one. So one of the kind of like tips that I learned about skincare a few years ago that just kind of was like, was that you don't have to use the same mask all over your face. And when I say that, it's like, well, yeah, of course not. But at the time, I think I was, and I think I see a lot of people doing it, they use the same mask all over their face, and maybe that's the only one they do. Maybe they use an exfoliating mask, or maybe it's like a charcoal or a clay mask because they've got some congestions right here, and they don't realize they don't have any congestion out here. They don't have any of the same skin issues out here as they do in here. If you're a T-zone kind of person, and I think that's the majority of skin types out there, is they're T-zone, maybe they've got some, I don't know, texture, maybe they've got some enlarged pores, maybe they've got some congestion going on here, maybe it's up here, maybe it's not, maybe teenager type skin where you've got a lot more acne up here or a lot more down here. I tend to get it, like right here because I do this when I'm thinking, or if you have your phone up to your face, you may get some bacteria on your skin. If you're not good about washing your brushes, that kind of thing, then obviously your skin can have breakouts and you could have different issues in certain parts of your face than you do in others. So one of the things I learned at a spa years ago was when they put one mask on part of my skin and did another one to treat a totally different thing on another part of my skin. And why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do multiple masks on your face all at the same time? Like if you don't need super hydration here, then you put it here. Anyway, my little tip, but I'm not a pro. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a dermatologist. Obviously you wanna, check with your doctor on stuff like that. But I have like this ginormous bag of masks. And originally I was like, hey, I'm just gonna show you all the masks that I have. My big current collection. And then I realized that would take a really long time. So instead what I'm gonna do is kind of show you some of the things that I keep going back to, the things that I purchase again, the things that I'm really enjoying. If I happen to run across ones that I just really care for, I'll tell you about that too. This Peter Thomas Roth, I've showed you guys these before in my empties video. I think these are usually like 19, 25 bucks, something like that. I like the fact that you get sort of like deluxe sample sizes for a lot of different skin concerns. And I've repurchased this 2 or 3 times already, and I just love it. So I keep coming back to these because they're an easy way to try out different products for different parts of your face instead of buying like one big full one and then not knowing if you're gonna like it or not. I like this because I like the variety. What I don't like about it is like the charcoal one in here. And in fact, I don't think none of these actually like dry down very well, which sometimes I want my clay masks to dry down a little bit. I'm gonna tell you about this in a second, but not yet. These eye patches, I use a lot of these. And one of the things, and I don't tend to buy very expensive ones. Sometimes I buy actually pretty cheap ones. These ones were, I can't even remember where I got these ones, but I use a lot of different eye masks. And I like that the super, super cheap ones from Amazon are perfectly fine. If I find that they don't give my under eyes enough moisture, I'll get like a jar of collagen mask and I'll dab that in there, or maybe the ordinary caffeine eye solution. I'll do something where I'll put some extra and then I'll slap one of those masks on the top of it. And I feel like it just kind of helps push it into your skin a little bit more, which is kind of fun. Okay, so when I'm not working from home, I tend to travel quite a bit. And so I started picking up these like number 7 masks when I travel. I love them. I'll throw a couple masks in. I'm trying to see what else I have in here. Yeah, like I'll throw in some sheet masks into my carry-on bag, my suitcase, and when I get to the hotel, even if I happen to swing by Walgreens, I'll get these little individual, like, single serve face masks. This will go in my suitcase or in my, if I'm doing like a liquid carry-on, obviously these are small enough. Like this one's a anti-aging facial mask, but I'll do like a clay one and then I'll do a sheet mask afterwards just to kind of put the moisture back in. See, there's another one of those Thomas Roth kits. Oh, and I do have the Glam Glow. These are kind of like the same concept. I haven't used this one. I can't speak on Glam Glow. I'm falling. I did buy one of these little kits at, I think, like a TJ Maxx or something. TJ Maxx or maybe a Ross. It has one of the little sponges, which is kind of fun to get stuff off. I like the fact that it has a brush because then you can use it to paint on the mask instead of getting it under your fingernails or whatever. And this actually does come with a little, you know, jar in case you're mixing stuff up. The only one of these that I actually would mix up is this Aztec Secret. Get these on Amazon. This is so good for cleaning out your pores. This is OG. This has been around forever. So I'll use like one of these little dishes and the brushes with the Aztec. And you can mix it with apple cider vinegar, I think, but you can also mix it with water if you happen to have any. Okay. I don't want to go through all the stuff in here, but here's my little kind of my current top favorites. Number one, I love anything with pumpkin enzymes in it. This one is a purifying 2-in-1 pumpkin pore detox mask and scrub from Urban Skin Prescription. There we go. And this is a great mask. It's creamier, but it still smells like pumpkin pie, which sounds kind of strange. But I've found that if I use something with a pumpkin enzyme, like the Epicurean makes a great pumpkin enzyme mask, you put it where you're most congested, and that's like, it softens up the gunk so that when you do go to exfoliate, or if you use a clay afterwards, it'll like suck it out. My favorite clay mask is probably the one from Kiehl's. They have like a ancient earth type clay mask, and I really like that one. It gets nice and firm and hard when it comes out of your skin. And I don't have one currently right now. Instead, I've been using this Bliss Pore Patrol. I don't know if it gets a lot of light from in here, so I don't know that it'll focus very well, but this Bliss Pore Patrol is a nice clay mask that really gets in and gets that junk out. It has this little like flap over the hole that you spray the stuff out, dispense the product. And I'm telling you right now, keep that little flap tight in there, because if it is not and it dries out, then you're going to take a while to clean the nozzle out to be able to get the stuff out. Okay, so after I do a pumpkin enzyme to get kind of the stuff softened up, then I'll do a clay to help kind of draw it up. And then sometimes my skin feels like a little parched or something after the fact, if that's all I'm doing, if I don't have any like serious skin concerns. I love this, and I've got 2 of them. I probably have a 3rd one. I know there's one of my empties because I keep buying this, but this is the LMS, I think it's what's called, LMS Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. I love this so much. When I see these on sale on like Boxy Pop-Up or FabFitFun, one of those, I grab them because it feels so good on your skin. And I use a brush, not unlike this little one that came in this kit, but I'll use a brush and I'll kind of just squirt some of the product on the brush and use that to sort of paint on my face. It feels so good and nourishing, and I don't know, I don't know why I'm convinced that this is a good mask, but I have had 0 issues with this, and I will continue to use that. That was probably one of my best scores from being on subscription boxes. Sometimes I will use a moisturizing mask, and this particular one that I got recently in one of those, I think it was BoxyCharm, this is the Pharmacy Honey Potion. This is actually a really good moisturizing mask. I like that it kind of goes on and it looks like a thicker sort of honey colored petroleum jelly, and then when you massage it into your skin, it kind of turns white and creamy. You leave it on there for a little while, get this off, your skin feels so good. Now, sometimes you have specific concerns that you have to address. One of them could be like a little breakout. I have tried all kinds of salicylic acids and everything else. These 2 are my favorite masks for any kind of breakouts. This one is from Eminence. This is Eminence, and it is a clear skin probiotic mask. The probiotic masks are the the thing. I love this right here. This other one is the Shea Moisture Instant Rebound Mask. It says Dragon's Blood and Coffee Cherry. I don't really know what those are, but this is magic to me. If I have any kind of breakout after I've done whatever else I've got going on, I'll use this. And for whatever reason, it balances and clears, and it doesn't like super high, it doesn't like hyper dehydrate your skin, which happens sometimes. What else do I have in here that I've been using lately? Mentioned earlier the collagen masks. Literally, this has collagen on it. It's an anti-aging gel mask. I've bought these little kits before that have several different of the same sizes in them. In fact, I probably have, yeah, I've got some in here too. This is like my next set of masks that I've been meaning to use that I haven't got through the ones that I have open yet. I'm keeping them separate. I actually really like this charcoal one. This is from Advanced Clinicals, made in Chicago. It wasn't so much about the brand, but once I got into it, I really liked it. And so when I saw these little jars, I would buy them again. The charcoal I like, it dries down and it seems to suck things out pretty good. The collagen, I use this not as an all-over moisturizer so much as I'll dab it under my eyes before I put on the little sheet masks, the little tiny sheet masky thingies. You guys, I put sheet masks on my face right before I dry my hair, and I have a lot of thick, dry hair, so it does take a kind of a minute to get it dry. I love that. Another one that I've started using lately that I really like, this is the Dr. Brandt Magnetite Age Defying Mask. This is one that when you put it on, and it looks like a dark charcoal mask, you put it on, you leave it on there for a while, and then you use a magnet, which mine's in the other room, I think. But you have to cover the magnet with like a tissue, and then you drag it across, and it like literally pulls the stuff out of your face. It's so weird. This is fun, novelty. I don't know how great it is. It's not one that I reach for all the time. Like, I'm not convinced it's like the best thing in the world. The Biore nose strips, I feel like I like the idea of ripping something off and then seeing the little stuff poking out of it, but I always feel like it leaves like a residue on my face, and then you got to get that off, and that's not fun. My son really likes that though. My son actually really likes the peel off masks. I'm kind of hit and miss on the peel off masks, frankly. Biore, as you're talking about travel sizes, these little Biore charcoal self-heating 1 minute masks, these are good too, and they're a nice travel size. So you know, buy the little package that's got several of the little individual serving sizes in them. I love taking those to travel. This was one that I've been using recently. I picked this up at, this is another TJ Maxx find. This is the Pearl Essence Turmeric, or turmeric. I don't know. You can always tell by somebody who reads a lot because they don't know how to pronounce anything. So sorry for being a reader. Okay, anyway, this is actually a good exfoliating scrub. It was one that was kind of a, well, I'll try it. Did it just get on my nose? This is brightening and exfoliating mask. This is a great little mask. I mean, it wasn't super expensive. It's okay to try some stuff out. If you have a negative reaction though, stop using it. Don't feel like you have to be stuck with the same mask for a while. Okay, I have tried every single Kiehl's mask out there. This is not my favorite. It says it's a firming mask, an overnight mask. I don't love it. I also have the, I'm not gonna go through all these things that I have in here, you guys. What's the point? Ahava has a great moisturizing mask. This is their hydration cream mask. If you do need that extra boost of moisturizer, this isn't bad at all. A lot of these individual single serving masks in here. Hair masks are also kind of a big deal. I travel with, like if I'm gonna be in a hotel and I'm getting there early enough and I know I don't have to go anywhere the rest of the night, which when I travel for work, sometimes that's what happens, is there's been times in my work career where I've been in literally a different Hampton Inn in a different town every single night. And sometimes you don't remember which room number you're in. So what I've come to the point of doing is on my way to my room, I make sure I have whatever masks. If I didn't already pack them, I'll stop by Walmart or sorry, a Walgreens or a CVS or wherever. I'll pick up some masks. Swing by Subway and get my sandwich turned into a salad to take back to my room. And I'll go back to my room and I'll eat it there. And then I'll do like a couple different face masks, a hair mask. This feels great. Some eye masks. I have several of these. I don't even, some of them, they just end up in here. And like this is the Wilma Schumann European Skincare Hydrating Collagen Eye Pads. Here's a 111 Skincare Eye Pads. I am not consistent or picky. These are the Biore nose strips that I don't really care for. Anyway, you guys, I have several, like these mud masks. I am telling you right now, my favorite, how about a whole bunch of sheet masks? I love a pumpkin enzyme type mask to soften the junk, the sebum or whatever they call it in your pores, followed by something that's going to draw it out, a charcoal, a clay, something like that. Kind of helps draw the stuff out of your pores. In the meantime, I might do something that's more of a brightening, exfoliating type on this part, the drier part of my skin, because that's where I feel like the dead cells kind of build up. If I'm at home and I'm using my Kiehl's Daily Earth, or whatever, Ancient Earth Daily Face Cleanser type stuff, it's like gritty, but it's a really, really fine grain grit. I use that almost every day at home in the shower. If I'm doing that, I don't feel like I need another exfoliation. It just doesn't make any sense. But if I'm feeling like, you know, my skin's getting a little not quite as sparkly as I'd like it to be, or not quite as glowy as I like it to be, I will reach for like an exfoliation on the outside. At the same time, I've got my charcoal kind of sucking stuff out of the middle side. It's kind of gross, actually, isn't it? There was something I was going to throw into this video that is actually not a mask, but it's one of those skincare products that I'm absolutely in love with. And this is a little microdermabrasion kit that I got off Amazon. It says diamond peeling on it, but it comes with like a little, unfortunately it's not, you know, cordless. This is a Paulus, and it comes with some diamond tips. It's got the filters in it. It's a little suction thing. And if you feel like you need the extra exfoliation, especially like I love it in my pores, I'll use this really kind of just down over all over my face. And it does give me that sort of microderm type effect. But then when I use it around my pores, the section actually, I don't go up too high either with it, but it's like it sucks out the junk in your pores too, along with the microderm. I know this isn't a mask, but my skin feels so soft after using one of these, and it looks so clear, and I noticed such a huge difference. I had to throw it into this and mention it to you guys. Just afterwards, I threw on some deep moisturizer like the Ahava moisturizer, or maybe the Honey Ocean one, and then my skin feels great, you know? Clay, charcoal, love it. More charcoal, more charcoal. Again, under eye masks are great. Sometimes even with sheet masks, I'll do an under eye mask and then the sheet mask on top of it because I want that extra stuff. But I'm telling you right now, the pumpkin is the way to go. Start with that. After I feel like everything has been cleaned and polished off my skin, then I go back and I put the extra moisturizer on it. These are my current favorites. This superfood, or this honey. I really like that. And then again, don't forget, any kind of breakouts, I reach for the probiotic mask. I've got a couple other ones of these too. I feel like I've got one in my fridge right now, which is kind of fun. I don't mind putting masks in my fridge if it's going to help them, I don't know, just feel refreshing and cooling on my skin. Those are that's like my top, you guys, right now. I love the idea of trying about different things. I like addressing specific skincare and different parts of my face. So that's kind of, I guess, my tip and trick, and what I would say about being a mask queen. I'm a junkie with masks. I have a lot of them, and I am not ashamed to say that I'm not loyal to any particular brand. If it's a good brand, I don't care if it came from someplace inexpensive or not. I don't always do mask videos or things like that, but I hope you guys like it. It's a little bit of a change. I am kind of fun to film in my office instead of in my little studio space. I actually have windows here, so I'm not using studio lights. I'm just using like regular windows and my crazy background with all my books. I'm a collector. We're not a hoarder, we're a collector, right? I'm not sponsored, I'm not endorsed. I'm a lady of a certain age. I'm not any kind of authority on this other than I've been using face masks for a very long time, and thought I would share some of my information with you guys. Anyway, all right, you guys, I hope you're doing well, and until my next video, bye for now.